Oh, this is a topic we have wanted to talk about for quite some time, Wilko. It is a phenomenon that is happening online that has people getting sucked all the way in, myself included. And it is trad wives, aka traditional wives of Instagram and TikTok. So I'm really excited that we finally get to talk about these ladies.
It has been something that was on our list. We wrote it down, I think, early on. And we were like, we definitely need to talk about trad wives. And this was ages ago that it was really trending online. But as a part of our holiday series, we definitely need to dig down on it because I feel like my friend Courts has two sides to her. She wants to be a boss bitch. You know what I mean? Like, she wants to be a boss bitch and she wants to do the things and she wants to have the career. But then also there's a huge part of her that's like, husband, whatever your name may be, can you make the money and I'll just stay at home and be a traditional wife? You would be a terrible traditional wife because you don't want to actually.
Oh God, yeah.
You would be so bad because you don't want to do go to the lengths that some of these trad wives do. You do make your own bread. I heard all about the beeping this morning, like the bread was made. But let's be honest, the machine made the bread.
The machine makes the bread in my house. I'm not hand rolling the dough or anything.
No, you're not doing anything like that. So, yeah, there are two sides to you. One that glorifies this, like, should I? Should I just do this? But you would, if this was your life, you would fucking hate it.
It's not should I. It's I would. I just can't afford it. Like, let's get it straight. I talk to my husband all the time about how I just wish he made enough money that I could be a stay-at-home mum and podcast on the side. And even though the podcast makes $1 an episode, it wouldn't matter because we have so much money and I just get to, like, drop the kids off and then just come home and, like, make snacks from scratch. And
it would matter. I can't keep doing it for $1 an episode forever. My partner doesn't want to let me be a stay-at-home dog dad. Like, he doesn't want, because he wants to do that too.
You want to be a boss bitch though, so you've got other channels that are feeding. I mean, they're not feeding him yet.
Listen.
They're not feeding him, for him not to be able to work. And I know he wants to be a house husband. He wants to be our EA, but I think he wants to be our EA who doesn't really do a lot.
Do anything? He just wants to be on the payroll. He wants to be on the payroll, but he doesn't want to do anything. So we all have dreams. And I messaged you the other day saying, should we pack it all in and just move to the bush? I said to Courts, I was like, should we just go and buy a farm somewhere? Like, is that what we're meant to do? And that's my I don't want to be like a trad husband or a traditional husband. No,
traditional husband's very different to traditional wife. Traditional husband's getting drunk every night. He's smoking heaps of cigarettes. He might have a lady in the city. We don't know.
That's true. God, imagine if I had a lady in the city. That would really, that'd really be a plot twist. But my dream isn't to like stay at home and sort of like look after kids or homestead. Yeah. I think my thing would be to like a green change. You know what I mean? Like moving somewhere and getting into a farm and then probably doing it for 3 years and going, fuck, this is really hard. This is like really hard. And then I'd be like, shouldn't I just get on the internet and fucking talk? Maybe that's easier. Maybe I'll go back to that.
So trad wives, for anyone who is not completely across the online subculture, it's a movement where women, often influencers, promote a return to 1950s style gender roles, emphasizing homemaking, homeschooling, cooking from scratch, and submission to their husbands.
Oh, is that your favorite part?
And that is the part, that's the part that I know I wouldn't be able to do. Like, Bobby and I were talking about this. Bobby and I were talking about this.
Doesn't even bite. Didn't even bite. I got an eye roll and that was it. Not even a bite. That's how far we've come. You're so sick of me calling you a starfish. You didn't even bite.
Bobby and I were talking about this post starfishing the other day. And he said to me, because we kind of like, we know a couple of women who might fit the trad wife sort of role.
Oh,
Like
cool.
we have a couple of friends in our life that we're like, yeah, I think they're probably what you would call a trad wife in the sense the husband's not cooking, does like a minimal cleaning, but she's at home all day and she's fine with that because she's like, I'm at home and I've got the kids and he goes and works. So when we were discussing me being a trad wife, he's like, I think even if you were a stay-at-home mum, which I have been in the past as well, he's like, I never considered you a trad wife. And I was like, thank you so much. That's because I'm not submitting, I think. I think that's where like the change occurs. There's like a submission, because there'd be days like when I was not working for a couple of years and I was stay at home and I, was with the kids all day long. Like there were still days where he got home and I was like, we're ordering takeaway, or like, you're cleaning the bedroom today.
Mummy's had a day.
Like mummy's had a day. The kids have driven me absolutely bananas. Or like put some washing on yourself. Like I don't want to do that today. But I don't think trad wives are letting their husbands do that in any way. They're not letting their husbands lift a finger outside of their work.
That's crazy that you would say those words to your husband.
I know. I'm such a mole, aren't I?
I mean, like, I know that like this place that you moved to, which was an island, it rained for like, was it like 2 months when you first got there?
It felt like 6, to be fair.
And the kids couldn't go outside.
It was a long time.
And none of this stuff was there, and you had no like real support network, and you were having like a mental breakdown. But for you to tell your husband to do his own washing and get some fucking takeout, disgusting behavior. This is.
I know. And that's the difference between a trad wife and me. I'm not sucking it up. Like I'm not sucking shit up.
You're not just doing it. I said to my partner the other day, I said, and this is just as I was doing the dishes, because we take turns. And basically this is, if you want to know what works in our gay household, oh my God, let's start a trend. Whoever
traditional gay household.
One person cooks, the other person cleans. So whoever cooks, the other person cleans. It's very simple, and I don't mind doing the dishes.
That was very standard growing up for me.
Yeah, so simple. Now, the other day I was doing the dishes, and I just said to my boyfriend, I said, isn't it crazy that even when my pop retired, my nan still did everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
everything.
he did nothing all day. Well, he did stuff. You know what I mean? Like he did old man stuff. He potted around the garden and he chatted to people on the road that he didn't know, and
yeah, that's
the end of it.
Scrolled on his iPad, his 1950s iPad.
Yeah,
they love doing that when they retire.
And then he would get home, like he'd come back inside, and then she'd have lunch made for him, and then he'd just go back outside again.
Yeah.
And then same for dinner, and she would wash up and stuff. And he would say to us grandkids, oh, go and help your grandmother in the kitchen. And now I sit there and I think, why the fuck did you not get up and help her in the kitchen? That
wasn't his role, mate. That was not his role. The other day, Bobby was working out in the garden and I was inside, and I thought I'll just put together some sandwiches. And I took the sandwiches out, and he was like, oh, this is just like Grandma always used to do this. Like she would just make Granddad like sandwiches, and like every day, like just come out and give him the sandwiches. It just felt like that. And I was like, calm the fuck down here, mate.
This is not going
to be a regular thing.
It's like, finally, I'm getting the wife that I deserve. This is the way it should be.
So the lifestyle is often characterized by a curated, very beautifully aesthetic and deeply conservative approach to family.
Great.
And it is sometimes linked to far-right anti-feminist views. On TikTok and Instagram, there's been a rise in trad wives. Now, being a parent in 2026 is difficult in a different way to what it was in other generations. And I'm not saying it's more difficult or less difficult or anything. I'm just saying there's an added layer of social media that gives you a level of guilt for your parenting.
Right.
That generations before didn't have. So
it would just be the Joneses.
If you think about, so
whatever next door was
our
doing.
mums, exactly. You think about our mums and how they were raising us, and they would maybe compare themselves to neighbors, a friend's family. You might hear your friend might pick the phone up for a once weekly chat, and you find out that their kid's doing better in school, and then you sort of compare but you're not like, it's not in your face constantly. And when you are online as a mum, it's in your face constantly. So like I went through my whole thing of like, we will not be a yelling family because we are gentle parenting. And so there will never be a raised voice in this home. And that is out the window. I raised my voice a lot, and now I get it and I understand why mums yell.
Right.
And I think pushing the whole gentle parenting of not yelling is farce now. But when I'm sitting there and I'm breastfeeding my newborn and I'm looking at her and I'm like, you're the most precious thing in the whole entire world, and then I see this person online saying I would never yell at my baby, and I look at my baby, I'm like, oh, I would never yell at my baby. And then that baby grows up and has attitude, and you're going to yell at that baby. Sorry. So
also, that baby's
like
trying to break
trip.
you. You know what I mean? Like they grow up and then
yeah.
they just go, I wonder where that line is. Like, when will she snap? And then they find out. And your daughters have found out. They have found out numerous occasions when, at what point will mummy snap? And then they do this thing like when you do snap, they're like, fuck, she's crazy. Like, what is happening? Like, and you
see, I got two different ones. The older one will like snap out of it. She's like, oh, okay, I fucking pushed the line too far there, and she'll snap out of it. Goody two shoes, right? Younger one can't be touched. Scares me a bit. There's no.
It should scare you
line.
a lot.
There's no line. There's no line there. She's just pushing it further and further on the daily, and I love her for it. She's spirited.
Yeah.
And so trad wives is another way to make mums feel guilty. That's kind of where I've gotten to with trad wives. Like, I love watching it in like a real train wreck kind of a way, like a rubberneck, like you're going past a car crash and you just got to see what happened kind of thing. I like watching it for that now. But initially when I would watch it, I was like, should I be doing that? Like, should I be churning my own butter? Should I be like not giving him any preservatives ever? Like all of this stuff. And I had that moment when I was living on said island, and I did make a lot from scratch, but actually that was because there wasn't a lot of supplies. So you had to make a lot of stuff from scratch.
Wow.
And
so if a gun is to your head, this is just for your husband. If a gun is up against her temple,
she'll make the sandwich.
She will have to make the sandwich.
Yes. And then you like come back to reality and you're working as a working parent, because it's very, very difficult to not have two working parents in 2026. And you want to try and keep making all your snacks and everything from scratch. But then you realize like there's no time in the day. They're getting the packaged thing. Sorry, that's just how it's going to be. They'll have a really great breakfast and a really great dinner. And in the middle of the day, they're opening everything from coloured packaging. So I get it. Like, I get it. I get the fascination. But these women are lying to us. And I just fear for the people who don't realise. So, like, there's this girl called Esty Williams. This girl in the video that I'm about to show you. And she is one of the bigger ones. She's going through some stuff now, right? Like, she's got a child in hospital.
Oh, that's awful.
So she changed her stay-at-home mum in her bio to like stay-at-home hospital mum.
Oh, that's
so
hectic.
she might be going through some stuff. So I'm not going to like put anything on her, but she kind of explains a bit of it in this video.
My husband does not have to lift a finger when he is at home. As a homemaker, I think it is important that the woman has the house clean, a hot meal on the table for her husband and her kids if she has any, and a really welcoming environment. If you are not familiar with the term trad wife, the woman stays home so the man goes outside the house, works, provides for the family, and she's the
Why do you
homemaker.
say it
The
like that?
misconception about the trad wife movement, it's not really a movement. Nobody's pushing it. People are typically just living it and maybe showcasing their lifestyle like me. And we believe
pushing.
our place, specifically us as individuals, believe our purpose is to be homemakers. It doesn't mean that we are trying to take away what women fought for. Trad wives also believe
Just
that they
one
should
woman.
submit to their husbands and serve their husbands and family. And that triggers people because the words submit and serve, it makes women think that we're saying that we're less than a man. That's not what we're saying.
What are you saying?
Trad wives just believe that they are here as women for a different role, equally as important though.
I want to say straight off the back of that, absolutely. If you want to be a trad wife, be a trad wife.
Of course.
Hello, like do whatever you want. That's the whole point. I've said it before on this show.
It's not hurting
the
anyone.
whole point of feminism was you get to choose, and so you're choosing this life. Great. I've just talked about how much I would love to be a stay-at-home podcast wife mum.
Wow. Can't wait to see that in your little bio. Stay-at-home
Maybe I'll make
podcast
my
wife mum.
Instagram. I'll make my Instagram public again, and I'll post all about being a stay-at-home
and then she'll
wife,
delete
but it's
it in
me
a
just
year's
sitting
time.
on the couch. It's me just sitting on the couch, drinking coffees and waiting for the school bell to ring. There's two trad wives who have like ballooned from this
Oh, I wonder
whole
where that was going.
internet.
I was like, well, that's not talk about women's weight. That's weird.
Oh no, these women have never ballooned in their life.
Right.
Not even while they're pregnant. So these couple of women are the reason why I'm like fascinated, because I worry that people don't realize the behind the scene. Like, you know when you watch behind the scenes of a movie set and it's so unappealing. Like there's 50
God.
people wearing puffer jackets and they're all sitting in chairs and like they've got headphones on, and there's like a table full of food that's like half been eaten, and then there's just like really like your favorite celebrity is standing there and they're just drinking a coffee from a cup and just looking miserable, and it like takes the fantasy away from the movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think people aren't realizing behind the camera with
Right.
this movement. So these two women who are like huge in the movement. There's one called Hannah Nealman. Have you heard of her? She goes by
No.
Ballerina Farm.
Ballerina Farm. No, her face is kind of familiar.
Yeah. So she is married to a man. Obviously, they're in Utah, and she
fuck.
obviously she wouldn't be
Double
married
obs.
to a woman. Yeah, double obviously's there. She was beauty pageant title holder.
Oh, I
which
love it.
Kind of checks out, doesn't it? Miss American 2023, Mrs. Utah, love that. Oh, it was Mrs. America. Oh, I love it.
Why are you going to be a
she's
Miss
won as
America
Miss
when you
and
could be a
Mrs.
Mrs. America? Oh my God.
Mrs. America. Oh, I love it. So she is huge. She's got like millions, tens of millions of followers across the Instagram and the TikTok, and they have this farm called Ballerina Farm, and she started posting, and they obviously are like raising animals and everything there. Her husband Daniel is living on the farm, but he leaves the farm. She doesn't. Obviously, that was a joke, but the whole point is that they stay there.
Was it obvious? I don't know if it was. I feel like maybe she can't leave the farm.
She is a Mormon. They're Mormons.
Great.
Another shocker for Utah.
Triple
And
ovs.
she is like, she's gone down such the like traditional homemakers path of, but it's like so performative, right? They live in this old looking country home on land. She kind of wears clothes that feel a bit old timey, but also probably were only just fashioned for her. I've got a video that we can see of her.
Oh, sauerkraut.
What does it say? She's making sauerkraut
Yeah,
for
for the
her
first-
postpartum
yeah.
body. Oh, there's the cabbages.
Yeah.
She's got to start with the cabbage.
Kale. Look at that.
Kale.
See, I would like to have a little garden. I would not like to wear this outfit. Oh, wow, this is...
Is she cutting that weirdly?
I don't know.
She would know. I don't
She
know
would
why
know.
I
You
would
don't know.
question. Well,
Oh,
she would
that's
know.
a man's hand.
would
Is that the
frickin-
man helping?
Oh, the man's helping. Oh,
What is
that's
happening?
Not right. Yuck.
Wow, that's salty.
Salt.
I thought I had to.
Oh, this editing
There's
is...
so much of it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, you've got to batch it, you know
Oh
what I mean?
gosh.
Of Latter-day Saints.
Can I just grab some of this?
Oh,
Sauerkraut.
oh, we've got to put a little thing on the top there. Okay. All right.
You're doing all your growing and you're doing so.
And that's it. Okay.
Oh, look at that meal. That's like 4 calories worth of food. What is
No,
she?
she's
You're
got
trying
eggs
to fuel
there.
your
Eggs got
body for.
a few cows in it. She's got a few cows there.
There's 70 calories per egg.
Oh, I love that you know that off the top of your head, mate. I love that. That's how toxic your 90s brain is. She's got some beetroot. She's obviously had
You
some...
basically wouldn't even have to log that in MyFitnessPal. There's so few cows.
Wow. Okay, so here's the thing. I find that interesting because there's a lot of filming that goes into that. Like she has to
So
move
much
the camera around
filming.
and make sure it's lit properly, and so that's a.
Do you remember when I was off last year? I was stay-at-home mumming after we quit our job, and I didn't find a job for 6
No,
months.
tell the truth.
And,
Remember, we got fired. We secretly got fired.
Yeah,
and that's
we secretly
the
got fired. That's
conspiracy.
a rumor we just found out has happened from
Fuck,
our
I
job.
love it
We
so
just
much.
found out. How good's that? We
Yeah.
got fired.
Yes.
After we got fired and I was off and I was staying at home for a while there, and I thought, oh, I'll just do some of this fucking Instagram vloggy stuff because I'm at home. Remember, I did like 4 videos, and then I said to you, that's too much work.
Yeah.
I can't do it. People must have tripods in every
do.
room of their house. These,
do. They're ready to go.
influencers, these mummy influencers, have tripods and cameras in every room of their house ready to go. Because I was trying to lug the thing through my house, and I was like, this is boring. I'm bored of myself. Anyway. So Hannah Nealman is huge in this world, and you can see that she's really gone with the like classic look of homesteading. Everything's like browns
Big
and
dress.
greens and greys, big dress.
Shirt sort
you
of
can
thing
hear
under the
kids.
dress.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Don't want to show too much skin, you know. But here
Yeah.
she's just wearing a
She's got
casual
the
shirt.
veggies.
You know what I mean? Like she's just gone.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just when she's out. Do you think it's for show? Like the dress and the outfit.
This is
and
what I
stuff?
mean. Like, it's so performative. Like,
Right.
There's so much performance in this. Even having her husband help was weirdly performative, like to me. And then eating it, she would have been so specific about what she put on that plate. She would have been so specific. And that's the thing that is like, we need to look beyond what we're seeing online. Now, the other thing is, traditional wives, like if we're going 50s style, traditional wives, they weren't making everything from scratch, mate. They found canned foods.
Oh, yeah, they
the
love
50s
canned
fucking
foods.
loved a canned food.
Fuck,
They bloody
God.
my mum's dad had shops growing up. He always like owned shops, little corner stores, right?
Fucking little
And so-
Woolworths, Empress here.
I think he was a Foodland.
Oh my goodness, she's
Classic.
a rich girl.
Yeah.
Jeez, it goes back, doesn't it?
It does go back.
Family empire.
They did not make any money. They all shut. But
Oh.
there was always canned foods on the shelf, right? And so like Mum said, like at one point they lived above the shop, and for dinner, Granddad would just bring up a bunch of the canned shit, like
Just
canned
reject shit.
meat
Yeah.
and stuff. It was just meat, and she
Dented cans.
like there was never any canned food in our house except for like a spaghetti and a bean. But if any of those like meat in can, like spam and stuff, got near her, she would.
Pop, he loved random meat from a can. A random meat in some sort of casserole sort of like what brown gravy is this?
It's not quite a soup. It's like it's almost like the inside of a meat pie in a can is kind of what they were eating. The 1950s freaking loved a canned food. You're not doing what they did in the 1950s. Now, I'm sure there were some people who were cooking from scratch, blah, 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 blah. But they too were like coming out of the Great Depression and wars and stuff. They weren't growing as much as you think they were growing. So there's that aspect of it. And there's also the aspect that traditional wives were bound to that and bound to their husband no matter what happened because they were not financially free. They were not able to leave their husbands because they didn't have any money. And back in the day, there was it was so much harder to get divorced. And you did this. You didn't go and make your own money and then contribute to the household. And then if you were going to divorce, you got 50% or whatever. It was like, if you're going to divorce, you're going to get nothing. You're going to be on your ass and you're going to have the kids because the kids are not staying with him. He wouldn't know how to clean the clothes. So these trad wives are super fucking rich. Like, super rich. They've married rich. Also, this girl is a Juilliard ballerina, like trained ballerina from Juilliard.
The farm.
These people are, yes, yeah. These people are worth a lot of money. Like if you just pop in Hannah Nealman net worth, some reports value aspects of the farm and her empire $70 million. Now, trad wives from the 50s were not worth $70 million. This woman has financial freedom if she wants to leave this man. Also, there's family wealth there. David Nealman, her husband, has a reported his dad has a reported net worth of $400 million.
Oh, right.
So that's his inheritance.
Wealth. Oh, great.
Got generational wealth. So I think there's that aspect of like, you can live this life if you've got generational wealth. Me, regular old me, even though he calls me a rich girl because I have gas stovetops, like I'm regular rich, you know.
And a bread maker. You have a bread maker.
And a bread maker. I'm just regular rich and I can't be a trad wife. The other person who was like huge is Nara Smith. You would have seen Nara Smith. There's no way that you have not seen Nara Smith. She's the most grating voice on the internet.
But
I hate it so much.
Here's the Nara Smith thing that I hope you've noticed. This is the only one that I really know, right? So that I sort of noticed when she's sort of first coming out through. I saw one only a couple of weeks ago and I was like, hang on. She's changed her voice. She's changed the way she talks.
Has
she doesn't sound. She didn't sound the same at the start. It's like
we've got a video here. Tell me if this is the new voice or the old voice. I think this is the old voice.
My toddlers saw fruit roll-ups at the store. They've been asking for
this
them.
is new.
So today when they asked for a snack, I decided to just make them some. I decided to make two different kinds, one of them being mango pineapple and the other one being strawberry raspberry.
She's making fucking roll-ups from scratch.
Mango and pineapple,
in that
To
outfit.
a blender alongside some lime and brown sugar.
That's her thing.
I blended that up and set that aside. I moved on to cutting up my washed strawberries. Found some raspberries in
my
the
washed
fridge.
strawberries.
Since I didn't want
Sorry, did
any
you get those
seeds
from
in
the
my fruit
grocery
roll-ups,
store?
I strained my puree. I poured it onto my baking tray, making sure to spread it out evenly. Repeated that with both of my purees. These baked for about 6 hours. And once they were all dried out, I transferred them to parchment paper, cut them in strips, and rolled them up. The kids couldn't wait any longer, so they started eating the red fruit roll-ups, so I didn't have a lot to work with.
Of course they couldn't wait any longer.
It took
4 days to make.
for you to make a fucking roll-up. They were like, Mum, we want a roll-up. And she was like, I'll get right up onto that. And then the next day, they were like, where is the roll-up? Like, what is happening? Why is the roll-up taking so long? Look, I commend you. They look great. They look really,
They
really
do.
great.
They
Like,
absolutely do.
and
They do.
You can't say that they're crazy healthy
And they
because
are
the fruit.
healthy.
Well, the fruit has a bunch of sugar,
Well, they're
and
healthier.
you've changed it, and then you put brown sugar in it too. So we can't say that it's like crazy healthy what you've made here. I'm sure it's better than all the bullshit that you buy in the shops for sure.
Preservatives, yeah.
But like with those nails and the dress.
Oh.
And the way.
Okay.
And today,
So this
I'm
is.
making fruit roll-ups today.
Do you think
and-
there's like guys who listen to it?
Yes.
For like.
Before you
Okay,
went,
yeah,
before
I was gonna say,
yes,
yeah, there's absolutely guys who
You
are
don't
just
need to
listening
dig down
it,
on that,
right? They're
babe.
not even like watching it.
nah.
They don't care about the roll up. They just
No.
want to have her in the ear.
No, they're
Maybe I
tugging
could
on their
make
own
some
little
money.
fruit roll-up
maybe
while
that,
she's talking.
What about if I just start a channel where I just talk like this? And I don't have to show my face, so I don't have to video anything.
You know what you should just
And,
show?
like, is
You know what
that
you
a way
should?
that
Don't
I
show
could
your
be at
face.
home?
Show this part. This
I
part.
can't see you. Which
Okay,
part?
Sorry.
I can only
This-
see Nara
This
Smith's hand.
part.
Oh, the
Show-
boobs.
Show this part of yourself,
Yeah.
and then just talk.
Just the chest and boobs. And
Yeah,
then
just talk
And what am I
breathy.
saying?
And maybe just like do things.
I made a sandwich for my husband today while
Yeah.
he was outside.
What you'll have to
Doing the
do
gardening.
is you'll have to get down bench level so your norks are just near the bench while you're making things.
So you can, and you can sort of see my mouth, but not too much. of my mouth.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I rest my boobs on the bench?
Yeah, because you want to make them feel like they're
Is that
heavy.
like? Is it? Oh yeah. Oh, I can't. I couldn't
Hold them
possibly
up.
lift.
Yeah.
Hold them up myself.
But not too much like,
Little do they know.
you know what I
They're
mean? Like,
tiny.
but like still have a bra that's holding them up. But
Of course, a sexy one.
yeah. It's just, I think you can make so much money. But I think we're now verging on pornographic content. It doesn't really feel on brand for
resting
you.
my breasts on a bench is pornographic? What has the world come to?
I know. We're too censored. We're overly censored.
So the thing with Nara Smith, similar to Hannah Nealman, is like if you Google her net worth, she's worth like hers is $6 million as of mid 2025. She's apparently worth around that much money. She obviously has a lot of brand partnerships and everything. And for her, it goes into like she has the opposite look of Ballerina Farm. She goes wildly glamorous
Yes.
to make things from scratch. So that's part of her appeal to people. And then that weird voice that she does. The thing that always strikes me as not crazy. This is not like a judgment or anything because I'm all for like have your kids early, whatever. She's 24 with 4 kids.
Oh, she busy. Wow.
Like she
fucking
just
nailed it.
And have you heard the kids' names?
Oh, God.
You wouldn't have. The kids' names are
Breath. Baby Breath.
incredible.
One's called Breath. One's called Sunlight. And the other one's called
So
Freedom.
she's married. She's married to a man called Lucky Blue Smith.
Fuck yeah. Great name.
He
Is that a real name?
Yeah. So that's his real name. So he was raised in Utah by his family, and all of the kids have interesting names. So Starly, Cheyenne, Daisy Clementine, Piper American, and then Lucky Blue. So they all have very interesting names.
Yeah.
And he actually has 5 kids. He's 27. He's got 5 kids. He has a kid to a different woman before Nara.
Right.
And so they have got their 4 kids and they talk and post about them a lot, but they don't show the faces. I've
That's
got to
good.
look up their name. Lara Smith, kids' names. They don't have them on Wiki anymore. I think Wiki stopped putting names on. Okay. Rumble Honey.
Fuck yeah. Rumble Honey feels like a coffee flavor.
It does, yes. Rumble Honey. The next one sounds like a hot dog. Slim Easy.
Oh, God. I love a Slim Easy hot dog.
God, a Slim Easy hot dog will go down so well right now.
Slim Easy is a
the next
name
one?
of a child.
Slim Easy.
I know that
Slim
we
Easy.
make fun of my mum for calling me Neil, like what calls a small sweet baby child Neil, but Slim Easy?
Slim Easy, no good.
No, thanks.
The next one sort of sounds like a perfume that like Sydney Sweeney would release.
Right.
Whimsy Lou.
Oh, Whimsy Lou. Fuck, that's good. This
Whimsy
almost
Lou.
feels like something out of a parody of itself. You know what I mean? Like it feels like we're doing a parody
absolutely.
movie of trad wives and their kids' names, and this feels like something that Amy Poehler and Tina Fey have come up with.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the latest child who was just born in September 2025. This one sounds like a Disney character, specifically a deer. Fawny Golden.
Fawny.
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 Fawnie Golden.
It's too close to horny. I'm really sorry. It's too close to
No,
horny.
I'd not even thought of that.
I'm
That's
sorry.
so funny.
It's too close. Horny Goldman. I mean, no, it's not. That's not going to fly. Kids are mean. Kids are so fucking
Kids are
mean.
mean.
I have cock in my
Kids are
surname
mean.
and in my mouth on
Yeah.
any given weekend. But I just think that when you...
No, you wouldn't.
No, that's true. No. What am I trying to do? Get a present?
Yeah, you're not trying to be a stay-at-home dad.
No.
You're not here trying to be
clearly,
a
he's
bloody
already said
trad
no
husband.
to that. He said no to that, so that's not going to happen. But I just feel like if your name sounds like if it rhymes with horny, it's just never going to end well for this poor kid.
No. I know. I have a really boring name, Courtney, but they still found ways. Tennis court for a while.
True.
Which is just
Yeah,
dumb.
take
But
it
they'll
to court.
take a name and they'll run it. Yeah.
They will run with it.
I don't know. I had
You
to
know-
take it to court.
I find it interesting because generally there's so many families, and I don't know if this is like a 90s, 2000s thing, but there was always a family at school and they wanted to, there was always, like, they were early pioneers of calling their kids weird names. But they would always do this. It'd be like weird name, Sarah.
Regular name. Yeah.
It's like, and like it always seemed to be the way, but they're really bucking the trend. It's just weird name through to horny. You know
Weird
what I mean?
name through and through. I think apparently it's because like the mum started calling her kids weird names because the last name Smith is so boring. And so then they like carried it through. And so the last name Smith was
if your last
boring,
name was
so then the-
Smith, wouldn't you just call your fucking kids Jane and John? Like, wouldn't you just do it? You'd just be like fucking, because every time a credit card
Smith.
ad comes up and it says
Yeah,
John Smith,
it's
you
ready
just be
for
like,
ya.
that's who I was named
I
after. The American Express ad.
So that's trad wives. I
Wow.
mean, I'm totally enamored by them
Same.
and I'm totally obsessed with them in like a weird train wrecky kind of way. But for me, it's just like I hope that the people watching realize that you do not have time to put a Chanel dress on, do a full face of makeup and make roll-ups from scratch every day for your children and be that dolled up every day for your husband to walk into. And frankly, if I know anything about straight husbands, they're like mine wouldn't bat an eyelid if I walked in a sexy dress. If I'm in my trackies though, get the fuck away from me. I'm trying to relax here. Something about trackies and baggy sweatshirts makes straight husbands go absolutely
I don't know if that's all
crazy.
straight husbands. We can't just like blanket
It
statement.
is. Look online. Look online. There's a whole movement.
Well, let us know if your straight husband wants to absolutely rip you to shreds in the best possible way.
Yeah.
If you've got tracky dacks
put
on.
it in the comments if you got here.
God.
If you got here, write in the comments tracky dacks.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
all we
care how
need to
you
know.
spell it.
You don't need to go into detail. Also, thank you to everybody who told us about the floating penis. We didn't
yes.
reference that one,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
did
yeah.
need to say that there was a lot of, we asked if penises float and you really did come through with the answers that penises do float in a bathtub.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that. There is plenty more. And if there's a subject that you think that we need to cover, you need to put it in the comments. Wackadoos.